Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event with your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 laps and a Ric Flair.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. We hope that you're having a great evening. It is 8:32, November the 17th. Tennessee still looking pretty. Tennessee football still looking pretty. Jason Swain here with you. My man Ben McKee of Go Vols 247. Good evening, Ben McKee.
Good evening, Jason Swain. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm good. I'm inside now, and it's warm, so I'm good. This Green Bay game, it was cold up there in Green Bay. Real cold. I was looking for my man Kari. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. He with the Bears now. Ben, here we are, man. 2 games ago in the season. Tennessee 8-1, 9-1, with a chance to go 10-1 against a team that we thought would probably be a lot better than they are right now, but they want to beat Tennessee. Their fans want to beat Tennessee. Darius Rucker wants to beat Tennessee. I don't know if that's going to happen, Ben. Tall task.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if Tennessee lost to South Carolina on Saturday night in Columbia. I would be very, very surprised. I would be surprised if it's a close football game, quite frankly. For me personally, Jaheim Bell is the only football player on that team that I like and enjoy watching. You know that I'm not really a fan of Spencer Rattler, and that transition hasn't gone according to plan. They've also got some offensive coordinator issues. Shane Beamer will have a new offensive coordinator next season. I can assure you that.
You think so?
Yeah, I'd say so. I kind of think
boys.
that they're if Shane Beamer knows what's best for him, he will get a new offensive coordinator because the fan perception of Marcus Satterfield is not good, not great whatsoever. The best coached position on that team outside of maybe special teams, because that's Beamer's specialty, is the running backs and Montario Hardesty and the job that he's doing with the backs. I love to see Montario Hardesty having success personally. But even the running backs are going to have a tough day because their top 2 backs are going to be out. Marshawn Lloyd, who came in very talented, very, very highly touted, was supposed to be the next Marcus Lattimore, and he's been injury prone since he got there. And then the Wake Forest transfer, I think his name is Christian Bill Smith, something along those lines. Both of those guys are out for the game on Saturday. So they have some experienced players. I just don't think they're very good experienced players. So I'll be real curious to see if they can keep the game close, because I don't think it's going to happen.
What stat stands out to you? You know how we like to do, man. We look at the stats going into this football game, and there's always a couple of that kind of stands out and yells at you a little bit. I got one that I want to share, but I want you to go first.
Really, I think back to last week when you asked that, honestly. because I don't think this weekend has anything to do with South Carolina. If it's a close game, it's going to be because of self-inflicted wounds that Tennessee did to itself, whether it be turnovers or penalties or not being able to handle the noise. Surely that would not happen a second time this season with so many veterans on offense, but I guess we'll see. But I think back to last weekend, honestly, when you asked that, and I think of the fact that Missouri's defense is legit and the 13th best defense in the country, at least prior to the game. And then after playing Tennessee, they dropped all the way to 34th. And I think Wes Rucker made this point on social media. The fact that you dropped that far from 13 to 34 when that's your 10th game of the season is pretty remarkable. And I point out last week more than this week because there was a lot of questions outside of Knoxville about, was Tennessee's offense, was it figured out against Georgia? What was the blueprint made out on what to do to slow down Tennessee's offense? And no, it wasn't. And I didn't think that would be the case because I thought the Georgia game had more to do with just how good Georgia is rather than Tennessee running into a brick wall and people figuring the offense out. And I thought the Missouri game was evidence of that. Missouri's defense is legit. The trenches for Missouri's defense is legit. And Tennessee's offensive line was able to win in the trenches, and it led to a lot of points.
Yeah, Georgia's a better defense for sure. I think Tennessee helped Georgia as well. I think Tennessee would feel like they can play a whole lot better. I believe they can play a whole lot better. So you got to give credit to Georgia, no doubt about that. But I truly think that Tennessee feels like they had the worst game ever and a lot of self-inflicted wounds. But you give credit to Georgia and what they were able to do versus Tennessee. So South Carolina, my friend, they have lost 4 games. They're 6-4. They are below 500 in the SEC. They've lost all of their 4 games inside of the SEC. They beat Georgia State. They beat South Carolina State. They had some punt blocks in those games. Special teams, they've been good, but they haven't made any plays of special teams versus quality opponents while actually in the game. They were down multiple scores at Florida and had a fake punt for a score. They were down multiple scores versus Tennessee last year and faked the punt and had success. So special teams, they're good. No doubt about it. Tennessee special teams are good too. Here's a stat for you, Ben. You ready?
Always.
What you got in the background, man? What was it? Did you carefully organize your hat so that way we can see what type of fan you are? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, no. It's been like that for weeks, so I'm surprised you're just now saying something.
I just noticed that. I was like, look at that.
No, it's just a coincidence.
What's that? Stacks of money right there underneath the Yankees hat?
No, that's stacks of baseball cards.
Oh, okay. Like, okay, Ben.
I've gotten back into collecting baseball cards. I know people don't really care about collecting baseball cards like they used to, but it was one of my favorite things to do as a kid. But now that my buddy Kyle is playing for the Braves, I bought a ton this summer in hopes that I would get a Kyle Wright card, and no luck so far.
You know what happened? You didn't have a kid, and you missed being a kid.
That's a little bit of it. I mean, I collected the mess out of baseball cards, the basketball cards, the football cards, and my OCD would kick in so bad, and I'd organize them into teams, and then on the teams, I'd organize them into my favorite players to least favorite players on each team. I mean, I was all about some collecting cards growing up, and they went away from the store. You couldn't find them anymore there for several years, and here recently you could find some, and I've been hoping to find a Kyle Wright card since I went to high school with Kyle, and so far, no luck. Maybe I'll get lucky next year since he won 20 games for the Braves this year.
You mentioned OCD. Let me get my ADHD back in check here and keep it moving. I just noticed that in the background.
Interesting dynamic between my OCD and your ADHD, and I have ADHD as well. Not as bad as you do.
But, wait. What was that in the background? All right, so in South Carolina's four losses, right? Arkansas, Georgia, Mizzou, and Florida. These dudes have combined for 22 points in the first half. The teams that they lost to combined for 86 points in the first half. So, this is not a good recipe for South Carolina. You better come out and you better start fast. They were sleepwalking against Missouri. They were sleepwalking against Florida. I don't know what was going on in the Georgia game. We watched part of that at the beginning. They were not aggressive at all. They just kind of let Georgia do what they was going to do. Didn't really put up much of a fight early. Didn't go for it on fourth down. Little fumble there. Did Titans recover? Arkansas.
What's that? Your ADHD?
Yeah.
Is that what I hear?
Arkansas, they scored 9 points at halftime. Georgia, 0 points at halftime. Missouri, 7 points at halftime. And Florida, 6 points at halftime.
They're not good.
Tennessee.
They're just not good.
Tennessee is a great first quarter team. Tennessee, here's how bad of a situation South Carolina is in right now. You have Tennessee that's number 5 in the college football playoff. Last week, we called a timeout and put up 66 points, okay? They said Tennessee had to go out here and get style points. We did that last week. That's still on the table. So you have the style point factor, okay, Ben? Then you have Hendon Hooker Heisman Trophy factor up in here. Hold on. Let me get there. You got that factor. Remember we had conversations about how hard it is for someone at Tennessee to win the Heisman. Why? Because you got to play Vanderbilt when everybody else is playing their rival.
Who?
Vanderbilt. You got to play Vanderbilt during rivalry week at Ohio State, Michigan, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. You got North Carolina, they'll be playing against Duke. But you have all these Heisman candidates. They're playing in big-time games, man, big-time rivalry games. And Tennessee's playing against Vanderbilt. So Hendon is going to have to go overboard, more than likely, against South Carolina and against Vanderbilt. So Joe Milton, not this week. We're going to leave Hendon in a little bit longer. We need to get these yards for the Heisman. Then, I know this is where you want to go.
How'd you know I wanted to go here?
Hey, and then you got a receiver that's leading the country in touchdowns that is 20 minutes from your stadium, who you did not recruit, not Shane Beamer. It was Will Muschamp. Told him he needed to eat some peanut butter, whatever. Said he needs some more, more junk in the trunk. Need to put on some weight, whatever. But still, you have Hyatt, who leads the country in touchdowns. You told him he wasn't good enough. He's coming back home. And he is chasing an award, the Biletnikoff.
And? I mean, Hyatt's got to be in the Heisman conversation as well, right? I mean, I don't think he's going to win it. But really. How could you not put him in your top 4, top 5, though?
No,
I think that
Drake May.
Drake May in terms of what? Like winning it or like in the conversation?
In the conversation. I think there's several guys that should be in the conversation. Probably before Hyatt.
I think Hyatt deserves to be. I agree with that, but I do think he should be in the conversation, especially if he goes out and catches 3 or 4 touchdowns this weekend, which I think is very, very possible. And I think it's funny how Shane Beamer all week has been trying to let everybody know with an earshot, it wasn't me.
Wouldn't you do the same thing?
Not me.
Wouldn't you do the same thing?
Yes, but my thing is, Jalen Hyatt does not care whether it was Shane Beamer, Will Muschamp, or Steve Spurrier. He does not care. He wants to take it out on South Carolina, South Kakalaka. That's all he cares about.
Yeah,
that's all he cares about. He don't care that Shane Beamer wasn't the reason. He's still going to take it out on him because it's South Carolina. You know how it is to play against your home state school.
No matter who the coach is.
And imagine you playing against Alabama because Alabama didn't want you. I mean, you would have had even more motivation, and it's hard to envision you having more motivation than you already had to beat Alabama. So I think it's funny that Beamer's been trying to let everybody know that it was not me. I was not here. But Jalen Hyatt does not care. And, Swain, you are forgetting another aspect to this football game on top of style points and Heisman stuff and Bolitnikoff stuff and Tennessee just being better than South Carolina.
What you got?
Shane Beamer likes to run his mouth.
He did subtweet. He did subtweet Tennessee a little bit in his Georgia State post-game interview. I don't know if he
and I'm not saying he's Eli Drinkwitz level.
No,
but
Eli been running
there is some similarities in terms of negatively recruiting against Tennessee behind the scenes that people do not see. You factor all that in, and I mean I think it's going to be a long night for South Carolina.
All right, let me get to the phones. Oh boy. Good evening.
Hey, this is Chris.
Chris, how you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great. Just hopefully that UCLA, Baylor, and Illinois can help us out this weekend.
I know, right? Go Bruins. Go Bears. Go Illinois, whatever they are.
Fighting Illini.
Fighting Illini.
I should know that. I was born not too far away from there.
Let's say you were born in the Chicago area.
Yeah. Champaign is where University of Illinois. I had family in there, but I should have known. But whatever. Fighting, what's it called? Fighting alumni.
Illini.
What?
Illini.
You're no IFL.
The alumni, the fighting alumni. What? I'm messing with you, Chris.
It is really crazy that Illinois has always been bad. You'd think that the only school in the state. But
yeah.
What's funny, my wife used to live in Chicago, and people think Illinois is this huge state, but really, driving up from Memphis all the way to Chicago, it's just cornfield after cornfield.
Oh boy.
After cornfield, other than maybe Champaign and Effingham.
You ain't never lied.
And then you get to Chicago, and it's humongous, obviously. But
yeah,
she lived a couple blocks south of Wrigley Field for about 4 or 5 years.
So okay.
Visited there many, many times. So Aaron Judge will be a Cub next year, Ben. Just so you know.
Yeah. That is definitely going to happen.
Probably not going to happen. But getting back to the football, but I mean, I just think we just come out and smoke them.
I mean, I'm sitting here trying to see how this game is not going to be a beatdown. I'm trying. I can't be on here talking trash like I used to, Ben. I can't do that anymore. So I'm trying to sit here and give Carolina a bigger chance here. I just can't.
Yeah, with your new gig, I guess you can't. Congrats on that, by the way.
Oh, thanks. I mean, I've been talking a little trash this week, anyways. But
what else was I going to say? I just don't want to go into the last selection. The playoff committee sweating it out because I'll be nervous wreck all week. You want it to be like the first time they announced it. You knew you were in. You just didn't know what number you were going to be.
Yeah. That's why we need those teams to lose. I understand. Yep.
Correct. And I saw, this is my last thing, I'll let other people get in, but I can't remember if it was Barstool Sports or somebody put out a ranking today of teams 1 through 6. Do you want to know the order?
Yeah, sure.
1 through 6, all are the same. No Bama. See ya.
Oh, yeah. All right. We can get used to that, can't we? We can get used to that. Man, guess who I had on the show today? Ben McKee. I'm Joshua Swain.
Savell Newton.
Boy, he is not happy with what he is seeing on offense. And he is not afraid to let everybody know. It got to a point where I was uncomfortable.
I heard the last answer of the interview when he said that. I believe I'm paraphrasing correctly when he said that he was tired of all the talking and all the hype and was ready to actually win some football games.
Yeah, he was tired of being mediocre and settling for that, and it wasn't like that when Steve Spurrier was there. So, I felt for him because I remember how it was 6-7 years ago. So, and probably a little bit after that too, with the previous coach. So I feel bad for Savell. I know how much he wants to see his school win. Let's get one more phone call in here before we have to take a break. Good evening. Welcome to the program.
Hey, am I on the Swain Event?
Oh my goodness, you are. You are lucky caller number 2.
What do I win, Swain?
You win 2 minutes of airtime.
There we go, brother. There we go. It's like dipping your toe in warm water, baby. It feels good. Swain Event.
Hey, warm finger in warm water, or your finger in warm water means you might wet yourself. So be careful.
Man, guys, I have never. I know they're sorry. I want to beat Shane Beamer's eyes shut. It's just something about that dude. His talking and just he knew what he was doing when he made that comment about Georgia State. You got to pay for your sin now. You got to pay for your sin. You know what I'm saying? But I just that dude is such a boob. I mean, he is just
not nice.
Yeah, I don't like him.
That's not nice, Jay.
He's Butch Jones.
He is. He's Butch Jones.
He's corny.
Yeah, he's a cornball. Exactly, Ben. Exactly.
I'm not saying this, by the way. This is on podcast. This is recorded.
There are more highlights of his press conferences and post-game interviews and pre-game interviews and halftime interviews than there are of his football team making plays on the football field.
Well, and Ben, have you not – the guy is sensitive, man. If you bring up anything that he doesn't like, God, man, he gets his panties in a wad quick. I mean, it's just –
He is Butch Jones-esque. I'd say he's a better version of Butch Jones. At least he knows a third of the football game.
He works out, got pretty defined biceps.
I don't be looking at him like that. I'll let you keep doing that. But I think if he could get some big time coordinators in there, I think that maybe he could have some success. He does pump energy into the program. It's just a little too much cornball for me at times, and I hate how media really hypes him up as if he has done something when he has not. You do give him credit for the teams that he's been able to take advantage of so far, but he has yet to beat a good football team. Last year, he took advantage of a Florida team that was about to fire Dan Mullen. This year, he took advantage of Jimbo Fisher and A&M. And again, give them credit for taking advantage of those opportunities, but he hasn't beaten a good football team yet. And he's talked about it as if he's one of the best coaches in the SEC. And I don't see it so far.
Mm-mm. Look, I got one question for y'all. With Joe Milton, from what you can see and the time that he gets in, do you think the accuracy issues have improved? I mean, because I know he's getting in garbage time, but
Jay, what you think?
Huh?
Jay, you saw them throws this year.
I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up.
Why you asking us? You see it, Jay. You see those bombs.
It's beautiful.
Exactly.
It's beautiful.
Your eyes work, Jay.
I've been saying it since the end of September.
They work.
I think he is an improved quarterback. We'll see what he can do next season when he is the guy. If he is the guy, which I have a hard time envisioning him not being the starter and at least the opener next year. But we'll see what he does with 12 games. But I've been saying it since September. I think he's improved. I think that he is throwing with better touch on the football. I think he is anticipating throws better. The Ramel Keaton touchdown last week, he threw Ramel Keaton open, which he did not do at all last year. And then even in the running game, his willingness to run and run over a Missouri defender, I think he's taken steps forward in that area of his game as well. So we'll see what he does against legitimate competition more consistently, but I do think he's better. The question is how better.
My boy threw it 80 yards on a rope and did not move his body one bit.
Nope.
I mean,
That's-
I've never seen anything like that.
Top 5 arm in football, regardless of level.
Exactly.
Yep.
I was more impressed with the Ramel Keaton throw. I mean, Keaton
yeah.
wasn't open. He couldn't step into his throw, and he still just flicked the wrist, and it went like 40 yards on an absolute rope.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Man, guys, I'm all right. I'm going to go to bed thinking about it. Y'all take care.
All right, man. See you. Jay needed us to confirm what he saw this year from Joe Milton. Man, he's been throwing strikes. Throwing strikes.
That's just Jay complimenting our knowledge, Swain. He just wanted our confirmation to make sure that what he was seeing was legit.
I mean, okay. That's
no. I obviously I'm not wishing away this season just yet. There's still so much to play for, but I'm already starting to get excited about seeing Joe next season and seeing if he can take advantage of his opportunity. Because if it clicks for him, I mean, my word, how quickly would he be a first-round quarterback in 2024?
Yeah. It's fun, man. This is fun. We're having fun, folks. Why? Because we winning. Man, it's so fun. We deserve this. 865-255-03 is our telephone number. Swain Event is fueled by Dead End Barbecue, live here from the Low T Center studio. Beautiful West Knoxville. Shout out to Ben McKee. Go Vols 247. We'll take our first break of the day. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Guys, if you notice a lack of energy, motivation, and drive, it could be low T. You know you need to stop playing around and schedule your complete health assessment at Low T Center. They now offer the convenience of monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatments for just $155 a month cash pay or covered by most health insurance. If you don't live near a Low T Center or you just want the convenience of at-home treatment, all good. Low T Center makes it easy to get started on treatment. Only your first 2 visits are in person. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hey there, Swain Event fam. Happy to be back with you on the weekly show, and although our Swain Event schedule has changed, I'm still here on a daily basis to help you with your real estate needs. So if you are still looking for your forever home, give me a call. Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. And go Vols!
You're listening to the Swain Event.
You don't say.
Fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Ben McKee, Jason Swain, Ben McKee, Go Vols 247. Jason Swain here with you. Glad to be with you. It's fun when you are winning, and that's certainly what Tennessee is doing right now, going for the 10th win. And it ain't even Thanksgiving yet. Ben, what you got your hand up for? This ain't Buckhorn High School. Hold on. Let me call on you. Yes, Ben.
Well, let the record show I never raised my hand in class. I spoke when I wanted to.
Yeah, right. You ain't got a lot.
But yeah,
you whoop when you get home.
Right. I have a question. That's why I'm raising my hand. Duh.
All right, what you got?
I didn't get to listen to ball calls last night because it was on at the same time as Tennessee basketball, and being the new 247 Go Vols 247. basketball beat writer, I was kind of busy dealing with the basketball team. How did Vol calls go?
Oh, it was great, man.
Mr. Jason Swain, you didn't really publicize it as you typically do not like to publicize what you got going on. So for those who did not see, because basketball was going on, Bob Kessling was calling basketball, which means somebody needed to help Brent Hubbs call Vol calls, and they asked Swain to do it. So how did that go?
Oh, it was cool, man. Hype was super laid back. Really cool to see him in that setting because you get a chance to hang out with his kid and his wife for a little bit. And he was in flip flops and shorts last night. South Dakota. So he oh yeah, shorts, man, shorts. So he was laid back, man. We asked him a couple questions about senior day, and I asked him about the orange helmets coming out, and he spoke about how fired up the players are about it, and it was cool, man. And then Mike Eckler was there. I got a chance to officially meet Mike Eckler, and he always turned and the only one. So that was the case last night. But it was cool, man. It was cool to be in that setting. It was certainly different. It's been different last couple of months. Different, getting used to different things, and from sideline reporting to last night. But it was real cool to kind of see Hype in that setting, man. Not a bunch of reporters, just kind of chilling and laid back, and it was cool to see. The coolest thing was, I need to get the turkey man here, but the coolest thing is I had Tap Hubs on the shoulder, who was doing a break, and I was like, man, you know how cool it is just to see our fans. They were lining up getting autographs and photos from Heupel, and I was really paying attention to like the look in their eyes, like the look of hope, the look of belief, enthusiasm, faith, excitement. Like that's what I saw in everyone's face that was standing in line getting a picture from Josh Heupel, autograph. That was really cool, and I was able to witness that. So I had a good time, man. I had a real good time.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Real quick before we get to Turkey Man, I would like to say that on behalf of the Swain Event family and behalf of Vol fans that follow your work, we are all very proud of you. And that I hope that you take a moment at some point, whether it be in the next couple of weeks or whether it be after football season is over. But I hope you take a moment and reflect on the last 8 months or so, 6 months or so, and just the fact that you had to wait your turn longer than you probably should have. But now, within 1 year, you've been able to check off so many boxes that a lot of people would love to do, but never get the chance to do. And that is be a co-host over at the station and be a sideline reporter, which is really dope for the Vol Network.
Yeah.
One of the most prestigious, I don't know the correct wording, but prestigious college radio
networks,
entities, brands, networks. Thank you. You get to do sideline for them, and then you get to fill in on ball calls with the head coach of the Tennessee Volunteers. So that's really cool. And a lot of people don't even get to check one of those three boxes. So I hope you take time to reflect and cherish that you got to check three of them, and a whole lot of people are really proud of you.
Oh yeah, appreciate that, man. That's why I go hard like I do, man. I know a lot of people are proud, and I do a lot for the foreign players, man. To be that kind of a voice for them and represent for them, and that's why I got into this business, honestly, and passionate about it. It's because of being able to represent them in the right way. So it was really cool after the game versus Mizzou. I was able to interview Hendon. So after the Georgia game, I didn't interview any players, which I was totally cool with. But after the Kentucky game and after the Mizzou game, I was able to interview Hyatt and Hendon Kentucky week, and then last week was able to chop it up with Hendon. So that was really, really cool. But man, I appreciate that, man. It's all love, and man, we'll keep it going, and I will reflect at some point. But for now, it's all about the grind. You know that. All right, let me get to the phones. Let's get Turkey Man in here. Turkey Man, good evening, sir.
Hey, how we doing, guys?
Good.
By the way, Swain, I enjoyed hanging out with you guys the other day. It's kind of by accident that happened. I was in the truck and heard you on the radio, and so I swung by there and got to sit down and chop it up, and it felt a little bit like old times.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, that was good. That was cool. It was good to see you.
Well, it was good to see you too. I seen Ben holding his hand up there and watched you guys on YouTube. And Sunday, I had a young man that comes to church. I invited him to church. He come. He's about 10-year-old. He's sitting on the front pew, and as I was preaching, he raised his hand, and I thought, for a minute, I kind of looked at him, side eye, and I thought, well, let's put it down, and so I kept on, and so I said, yeah. I said, his name's Noah. I said, Noah. I said, yeah. He said, can you make holy water? And it caught me off guard there for a minute, but I thought of being there when he's raising his hands up there, wanting to ask a question there as I watched him there. But
that's good. That's good stuff.
Let me get back on track here before I jump the rails. First of all, Joe Milton, do you think what would you think about him on the pitcher mound? What do you think about him pitching baseball? How fast do you think he can throw a baseball?
I'd be kind of scared of him on the mound, Turkey Man, because I don't know that he would know where the pitch is going at first.
Maybe
but
wild
I don't know, maybe wild thing. If we could get him linked up with Frank Anderson, Tennessee's pitching coach, I'm sure he could turn him into a first-round pitcher. I'm sure he could touch upper 90s. He could get drafted real quick.
Well, when I was wondering, 105-mile-an-hour fastball or what he can do with football, which one is most amazing? I guess
105.
Say. I think so too. I was wondering how much. Now the big question I want to ask: which one of you guys, pro team, are going to fight to get Levis as the number one pick?
I'm going to fight you if you don't get out of here with that question. I will fight you. Swain don't need a quarterback. The quarterback is the least of the Bears' problem. Maybe if they would have kept some of their defensive players instead of trading them all, they would have won some of these recent games. But I get it. They're trying to walk a fine line of kind of win now, but also rebuild for the next year or two. It's a weird situation, but I don't know. I'm not sold on Kenny Pickett. I mean, I like him. I'm rooting for him, but we'll see if he turns into anything. But the Steelers are not going to draft a quarterback in the first round after taking a quarterback in the first round last year. So thankfully, I don't have to worry about that, Turkey Man, because I would quit watching the NFL for a year.
I mean, do you see what they're saying is number one pick in him?
I see the tools that he has, but no, I would not draft him in the first round. I would not. I see Will Levis panic in the pocket too much for my liking. I see him struggle to anticipate throws and throw guys open. I would not. I mean, if he was available in the second, third, fourth round, then sure, go for it. But if I'm in the top 5, top 10, Swain, I'm not touching him. I'm not touching him with a first-round pick. And again, I get it. He's got the arm strength, the mobility, the athleticism. But I'm not wasting a first-round pick on him.
I think he's Shane Beamer in the quarterback.
Turkey Man.
I'm out of here. See you guys.
See you. Turkey Man knew he messed up. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
My hot take, I don't even think it's that much of a hot take. Maybe you can put me back in my place like you think that you like to do, is that Will Levis will not end up being a first-round quarterback. I think he'll go second, early third, because I think once NFL teams can kind of step back after the season and fully dive into the draft process, they're going to watch some of these games, his performance against Tennessee, Vanderbilt, some games earlier in the season, and I don't think they're going to like what they see. I think that they'll be sold on they can rebuild him and develop him into something. But I don't think a team's going to waste a first-round pick on him. Maybe I'll be wrong, but that's my hot take is that he'll end up not being a first-round pick.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Hiller is giving away cash for the holidays, folks. Hiller is celebrating from now until the end of the year with special deals. They want to make sure that every child experiences the joy of Christmas this year. One of the heartbreaking things about the holidays is you get young kids that get so excited about Christmas and getting toys, and they don't have the opportunity to actually do that. So Hiller is stepping in and donating $50 in toys to Toys for Tots for every tankless water heater that is purchased. They're also giving away $250 Visa gift card with each unit. You can get a $500 Visa gift card when you buy a select HVAC system. Man, I should have waited to buy my system from Hiller. I could have used that $500. Or you can get a $500 Visa gift card with the purchase of a new whole home generator. More details can be found online at happyhiller.com. And as always, happy you'll be, or the service is free. These deals are only available until the end of the year, so make sure you schedule today. Again, the website is happyhiller.com. Ben has his hand up again, and the phone lines are ringing. What you got, Ben?
Well, you can answer it later, but I'm curious what you think Lane is going to end up doing.
I'm going to the phones. Good evening. Who do we have with us?
Good evening, Hollywood.
It's Vol Storm.
You know, you can't get out of being called Hollywood now.
Can't
get out of it.
Yes, I can.
You can't.
Because the person who came up with it is still on TV more than any of us, and that's Chris Lowe.
Well, and again, Swain's nickname is not Hollywood; it's Hollyhood. So it's still
Hollyhood.
He Hollyhood. He's Knoxville Steve Harvey.
That's all I'm trying to be, man. I'm trying to be like Steve Harvey without the thick mustache.
I think you should grow the mustache.
Hey, you need them loud suits to go with it.
He don't wear the loud suits anymore. He used to be super loud, but they toned him down.
Yeah, he also used to wear the bow tie on TV.
Yeah, I might bring that back out. We'll see.
Guys, how bad do you think Heupel wants to whoop that Gamecock after having to share that award with that poser last year?
I'll just say this. Heupel was very, very, very competitive.
He's slick.
What'd you say, petty?
No, competitive.
I think he's petty. My thing with Heupel, I think he's petty. I think he's competitive. I think he's intense. I think he's all those things that the fans talk about. He just does a great job of not letting you know that he is that way. Like the slick little Ole Miss comment earlier this week when asked if fake injuries have died down this year, and he goes, well, if you take out the Ole Miss game last year, it's been pretty consistent. Like he's slick, and he is well aware of the who the coach was against UT Martin, who the head coach was against Missouri, and there's a reason that there's been some iffy late touchdowns scored against UT Martin, against Missouri, and not in the other game. So I think if you pay close attention to it, you see that he's all those things.
Not to mention how much I'm sure Jalen Hyatt wants to run up the scoreboard.
Correct. Like watch. He ran up the scoreboard against Missouri, and it was not just because of college football playoff stuff. That was a part of it. That wasn't the sole reason. This week, I don't think it'll be the sole reason either if he has the opportunity to do so. But after playing Missouri and South Carolina and somewhat having a reason to run up the scoreboard, I guarantee you he will not against Vanderbilt because he doesn't have a reason to run up the score on Clark Lee. Clark Lee has not said anything, has not done anything. He won't run up the score against Vanderbilt. Watch. After he did it against Missouri and South Carolina.
Ben,
and UT Martin.
Ben, he gonna get Vanderbilt too.
He's not dropping 66 and letting Joe throw bombs.
He might not call a timeout.
In the game.
He might not call a timeout to do it, but Hendon got to have his yards.
He's
That's
going
right.
to do it.
We got a Heisman campaign.
That bad. Correct. No, I agree. But Hendon's going to have that within like 3 quarters, and he's not going to be letting Joe throw bombs against Vandy like he did against Missouri, and I think like South Carolina.
Not to mention Vanderbilt football decided on Twitter to bring up that the beatdown, the 47-18 beatdown.
Look, Vanderbilt football is in my good gracious at the moment for what they were able to do against Kentucky this past Saturday.
Oh, forget them. I'm still banned by them on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah.
We need Kentucky to win that game. We need Kentucky and all the teams that lost to Tennessee. We need those teams to win out.
I know. I get that. But it was still funny to watch what took place.
Well, guys, before I go, speaking of petty, Ben, make sure that Swain gets a slice of pizza, considering they got the same sideline reporters down there this week as Kentucky. See you, boys!
I don't think there's any pizza left when Ben came in there last week.
Nope.
You taking too long, man.
That's all right. I know where the sweet spot is afterwards.
You care to elaborate?
Yeah, the coach's box. They leave all the sugar cookies up in there and all the energy drinks. It was the final home game of the year. You should have seen me walking out of Neyland Stadium Saturday night with Alex Golish's Red Bulls.
Hey, after that win, they run out and rush on down the elevator to the locker room.
And they leave all the food and drinks behind them.
You thief. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Ben McKee, Go Vols 247. Jason Swain here with you. Stay with us.
Still sitting on the sidelines trying to figure out how to buy and sell in this complicated market? I get it, and I understand why you're hesitant. That's where I come in. Call me, Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty at 865-257-7897 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. I'm happy to help answer any questions you have, and whether you're ready to rock in 2 weeks or 2 years, I'll be here. Look forward to hearing from you soon, and go Vols!
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Fellas, do you need an annual health exam? I recommend going to Low T Center to get your complete health assessment. They will check all of your levels, not just your T level. In most cases, it's completely covered by your health insurance. And if you don't have insurance, it's less than $100 for a full lab panel and office visit with the medical provider to give you a complete health assessment. Low T Center specializes in men's health, making it quick and easy, even verifying your insurance. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your online appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
The conversation doesn't stop when the show is over. Follow the Swain Event on Twitter and like the show on Facebook.
Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Good to be with you this evening. Tennessee going for double-digit wins before Thanksgiving. Oh, man. This is fun. This is fun. This is the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like this at Tennessee. And I love it. All right, let's get to the phones. 865-255-03. Let's get to our guy, C-Mac. C-Mac, good morning. Evening.
The return of Swain still messing it up. It is not morning.
I know, man. I missed the mornings. I'm sorry.
I feel you. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I have to make this very quick. I'm calling on behalf of another listener who was unable to call in. Shout out to the Iceman down in SC, Casey. She said she had some problems getting on the phone line. So I decided to pick up the phone and give y'all a little ring, since I haven't since I made some explicit comments months ago. So With that said, hope y'all been well. Hope y'all been great. You know, yes, no, maybe so.
I know Casey's ready to go. I got a chance to meet Casey Alabama game.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man, I met her for the first time Alabama game, and she was kind of debating on whether to come or not. And last minute, just made the trip here, and I met her and her girlfriends, and they got tickets. I don't know how they got tickets, but they got tickets because I didn't even have a ticket to the game.
Probably for you.
Iceman.
They didn't get tickets for me because I didn't have a ticket. But they was there in the stadium and got a chance to experience, that moment, which was special.
It has been special. This entire ride, this entire season, as we quickly and swiftly approach the end of the year, everything about 2022, when we look at it as a whole, has been a blessing. We started the beginning of the year kind of a little sad because of the change, but look what we changed into, the metamorphosis of where we are now, as opposed to when we were waking up at 4 a.m. to listen to Ben and Swain, right? It's been a hell of a great year, and I want us to make sure that we remember that, right? And before I get out of here, Ben McKee.
Yes, sir.
Who just won MVP?
The man, Aaron Judge. But I can't even enjoy it because I'm over here anxious and nervous about whether he's going to resign or not.
Whoa. I'm not talking about the AL. I ain't talking about the AL.
Oh, the NL, Paul Goldschmidt, baby.
You did. You doggone right you did. All right, hey, man, y'all stay up. Let's go beat these little chicken heads. And I'll leave y'all on this. I told y'all we weren't going to lose in Louisiana, and I was right. God bless. Go ball!
All right, man. Good to hear from C-Mac. It's been that long since C-Mac called in. Talking about some Louisiana game?
I can't remember. I don't even remember what I did yesterday.
Man, I can't either. Wow.
I covered a basketball game. That's all I remember. Daddy daycare has been whipping my tail.
It gets better. It gets easier.
No, I mean it's been he's super easy. He has been a great baby, but still it's different as you well know.
Oh, I know. 3 times, buddy. Hey, what you think about those orange helmets, folks? What y'all think about those orange helmets?
I love it.
Joe Milton modeling those things. Joe look clean out there with those orange helmets.
Do you like them?
Oh, I love them.
I'm curious to see how they look with white pants. I thought they'd look better with orange pants, but I think they'll look really cool. And you know my thought process. As long as you don't wear them against, and when I say them, I'm saying alternate uniforms. Don't wear alternate uniforms against Florida, Georgia, or Alabama. I think you're great.
Yeah. No. Hey, I can't argue with that at all. 865-255-03. Let's go back to the phones. Good evening.
Hey, this is Casey in South Carolina. How are y'all doing?
Casey, what is up?
I thought y'all blocked South Carolina people. It is very hard to get in tonight, but good for y'all.
No, we don't block South Carolina people. Actually, we move South Carolina people to the front, especially if you're a Tennessee fan.
Unless your name is Seth
All
Stokes.
I want this weekend is for South Carolina to be the right color orange. Get that Clemson orange out of here and fill it up with Tennessee fans.
Man, I hope it's orange. I hope it's to take over just like it was LSU. Are you going?
Our plans fell through. We don't have where we're staying doesn't have heat, and so silly. But my husband's up there actually fixing the property right tonight. So no, we can't go. Can't take those babies where it's cold. So it's gonna be cold this weekend.
I understand.
I know.
It's gonna be real cold.
I know. So disappointed.
Because
oh yeah.
I saw like 38 at night. Am I wrong?
That's cold.
I mean, I need to make sure I pack the right stuff. That's all.
You guys think where I live That is cold to me.
Okay.
Maybe to y'all it's not. To me, that is freezing. And after that first drive, you're going to shut those fans up and they're going to go home because it's too cold for them too.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see that.
I can't either.
That's
and I
gonna be
want Beamer and his late night presser to say, well, at least next week we won't see an offense like Tennessee's. But Clemson is their team next week, and they suck. Feels real good to say that. God, it feels so good to say that.
How'd you get Alabama tickets is what I want to know. How did you just decide all of a sudden you're just going to go to the game? No one had Bama tickets. I didn't have Bama ticket. And then I see pictures of you in the stadium with cigars and stuff. How did that work?
We after we saw you went to grab lunch, and we couldn't take it anymore, so we went online to Ticketmaster and just bit the bullet. And, man, that was the best decision ever. Kind of why I haven't gone to any other games. A little penny on that, but kind of birthday and Christmas. However, I will be at the playoff game, wherever that is. If they go to the playoffs, I'm going.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
I don't care where it is. So I'm definitely going to a playoff game. So come on, TCU.
Let's do it. Well, hopefully able to see you when that happens.
Man, I don't think it'll be Atlanta. I think they'll ship us out west.
I'm okay with that too.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'd love to beat some Ohio State or Michigan. It'd be awesome.
That's right. That's right.
Anyway, y'all have fun at the game, and good to see you, Ben. Congrats on little man. Hope y'all are doing well and getting some sleep.
Thank you. We are. He's still waking up at night, but it's only about twice a night. So we're doing great and super blessed.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
No,
That's not bad at all.
And I can't believe it's going to be 4 months next week. That is mind blowing. He actually rolled over for the first time tonight, and that was really cool to see. So he's growing like crazy, smiling constantly. It's a huge blessing.
Oh, it's so sweet. It goes by fast. You enjoy it. They'll talk back so soon. Oh.
No, Daddy. No.
That's the best time when they're babies. Y'all enjoy it.
Every now and then, I'll look at him and think, "Gosh, one day he is going to absolutely hate me for a period of time. He's going to give me so much lip."
Yeah.
Like today when I picked him up from daycare, and I was thinking, "Gosh, one of these days he is just not going to like me."
Oh yeah. You have days where you're like, "Oh my gosh." Oh yeah, I had one of those days there with my 3-year-old. She's something, man. Whew. It is. You got to stand your ground. That's what somebody tells me, my parents. Everybody tells me that. I don't know.
Easier said than
every
done.
Every day with being a parent is you just got, it's every day with being a parent is something. It's the hardest job for sure.
Facts.
We'll
Facts,
pull
Casey.
the balls through, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
All right, Casey. Thank you so much for calling. Wow. That's cool. All right, Titans, we see you. We see you, Titans. 13-6.
Shout out to Derrick Henry for helping me and my fantasy team.
see.
Packers stink this year.
What?
Packers stink this year.
Oh, I love it. I
know you do.
I love it. My man.
And the Bears still can't take advantage of the division.
Don't care. We good. We got a plan in place. We got GM finally. We good. We got a cap room. We got a lot of money to spend. Got draft picks. I am Oscar Miskic. About the future.
I might go watch him play in Atlanta on Sunday.
I am Oscar Miskic. That's how my man said it here in the program a couple years ago.
Devontae.
Mm-hmm. So I'm good. I'm good. My man Amari ain't there anymore. He with the Texans. So I can hate the Packers freely now. So I'm good. I am good. I'm good. Dog, it's 9:30 already. It's 9:30 already. All right, Ben. Tennessee scoring 50 plus Saturday. Is that what's happening?
Say that again. You kind of sounded fuzzy.
Is Tennessee scoring 50 plus Saturday? Is that what we're doing?
I'll say yes. I'll say yes. I only hesitate because it'll be a night game on the road, cold. I don't think it's supposed to rain. I haven't checked the forecast. I don't even know why I say I think. I just don't even know. But I'll say yes. I just don't think South Carolina's good, and I think Tennessee's offense is best in the country. And unless your name is Georgia, you can't slow it down.
Yep. It's gonna be rough for the Cock Commanders on Saturday. It's gonna be rough.
The what?
Cock Commanders. Remember, they were going to name the mascot that. They had a vote. They chose not to name him that. But they had like a vote out to the Gamecock fans, and everyone voted Cock Commander, and then they didn't name him that. You missed that?
Have you been? No, I remember that. I just didn't remember the nickname. Have you been holding that in all week because you can't say it on the radio or something?
I said it today.
Did you say it with a straight face?
No, I didn't say it with a straight face, but no one can see
Why
it
not?
today because we didn't do video today. So no one.
Why didn't you do video? Y'all was slacking. You and Josh need to get it together,
bro.
Y'all's producer needs to step it up.
Hey, we do it. We do video every show here. I don't have anything else to say about it.
Look, just don't be the next VFL for 99.1 to give the other team bullet support material, please.
You got it. You got it, my friend. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Ben McKee ain't changed, hasn't he? He has not changed at all. We appreciate Ben for that. What are you doing? You drinking the baby's milk? Shut up.
Nope.
I need me a drink, man. I ain't feeling too hot, man. I need one of them old school country remedies. So I'm about to get me a country glass here soon. Take my butt to sleep. Got a big day tomorrow, Ben. When you traveling? Saturday?
All the days.
So you'll be in South Carolina Saturday. Are you leaving Saturday?
I am actually not going because we only got 3 credentials.
You suck.
The South Carolina 247 site only gets 3 credentials, so they did not want to give us a 4th one. And Callahan sat out the Georgia game, and I went to the Georgia game. So this is my debt for going to the Georgia game, and Callahan sitting on the sideline. So it was my turn to sit out this weekend. So I'll be chilling at the house watching Baylor and TCU play and Illinois and Michigan play.
Hey, that'll work. That'll work, my friend.
I might have to listen to the Vol Network this week. I've never done it before. I might have to sync it up so I can hear you.
All right, man. That sounds like a plan. I try not to mess up.
Yeah, don't fumble your words.
I try not to. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. We hope y'all have a great, great evening. For Ben McKee of Go Vols 247, I'm Jason Swain. Peace and love. We are out.